Hey guys, just popping in real quick on the fly here into the Stress Loop Rewire community. And I just want to chat today about the price you are paying all day, every day without even really realizing it. Now, I did a post earlier this week on my personal page about this to really just bring awareness to the exchange that we're making, the trade that we're making all day long, and how most of us aren't even aware of it. So, in the next few minutes, we're just going to go over the silent cost you're paying without even knowing about it, the patterns and habits that you have that are costing you your well being in many ways that you may not have even considered. And also, let's bring some awareness to start making some better trades so that we can help our wellness out, our energy out, instead of hurting it. So stay to the end because I'm going to take you through a very quick guided meditation to just really embody the CTA, the call to action that I'll have at the end of the video today. And I'd love for you to join me for that. So stick around. If you don't already know who I am Jennifer Sack. I am an online women's wellness mentor. I have been in the wellness industry for over a decade, teaching yoga and meditation, among other things. I have many certifications, but those are my main two jams. And my biggest mission is just to help women in general, but wellness pros and yoga teachers especially, help to walk the walk. That means not just being out there as a yoga poser, but being peaceful, embodying the presence and the tools and the things that they relate to others while in those yoga poses. So, really, just coming back to all the wellness tools that we know, that we teach, that we're well aware of, but we may have gotten a little distracted, a little lost in our own wellness practice. So, just finding that accountability and really focusing on our own wellness so we can go out there and lead others with the peace and presence that we are trying to teach, but also really truly authentically embody that ourselves. Because I'll tell you, it does come across, and it makes a world of difference in your teaching and you're leading others in wellness, whatever it is that you're doing, and just your general exchange in society. Please, people, anybody can benefit from this. All right, if you're already here in watching this now because you're within the Stress Loop Rewire community, thank you so much for being a part of it. I absolutely adore that you're here. If you know anybody that could benefit from being a part of the community as well, please invite them, share with them. If you're not a part of the community, I don't know why not. Go to my personal Facebook page, Jennifer Sack, and there will be a link. You can click on the banner to just get in there because you want to be in there. Here's the thing, I don't want to be the only talking piece within the group because it's chocked full of people that are wellness pros. We have like a full plethora of resources amongst all of us in there, things that we can be inspiring each other to do, especially when it comes to our personal modality that we have. So many different techniques, ideas, insights that we can implement together. We can share, we can keep each other accountable, support each other. And that's my idea here, because as long as we're here in this container doing this together, then we're able to really stay with keeping our wellness and our energy at the forefront of our mind instead of slipping back into the ether, the the distractions of life that are inevitable, so that we can go out into the world being our best self. All right. So, let's talk about energy exchanges. Let's talk about how all day long you are paying a price. You are constantly making trades. And I'm not talking about with money. It can be with money. We pay for lots of things like what we eat, which then will nourish us or not. We're not talking about trades with our schedule, but that definitely affects us. And what I'm really focusing on here is the trade of your energy that's happening beneath the surface of all those other things when you're exchanging money or your time or your schedule or your connection with others. The energy is really the exchange is happening all the time, regardless of what type of true, like real world exchange you're um, applying or you're engaged with in the moment. So, do you trade your well being to check your notifications throughout the day? Like, think about that, all the ways that you do this. So, your phone's notifying you, it's dinging, it's buzzing off the hook all the time, and you're like, oh, jumping at it. And you're affecting your parasympathetic nervous system because you're now going like opposites and going like, ah, this jolt of adrenaline going through that rush, that sense of urgency to reply or to check what it is, and that weird little fear that insets like what is it going to be this time, oh my god. It's really, I suggest everybody turn off their notifications if they can, but I know that's not always something we can do, especially if we have kids or things that we're obligated to. We need to be kept apprised of what's going on. But as many notifications as you can that are not necessary, please turn them off. They're not doing your health any good. You trade your peace of mind to micromanage your schedule, maybe other people's lives, every little detail, because it's all based on this like fear-based control that if you can control and micromanage everything, then everything's in the known, everything is as expected, everything's going well, then suddenly you can feel safe, but you never feel safe because you're living in this place of fear-based control, micromanaging, and you are affecting your health. High blood pressure, racing mind, tension, chronic tension building up in the body. So many things that you're exchanging your health and well being just to complete a task that's really not doing you any good because you can't ever control everything. There's an instance, that's one thing I can relate to very heavily, that is well worth examining in your own life if that resonates with you. We trade our health and wellness to push through and get another thing done, check it off the list. I am forever I don't want to say guilty because I'm really working on it. I've been guilty for this of that for a long time, but I'm seriously working on it now, not allowing the to-do list, the task list to be the focus, but instead the exchange of energy to be the focus. Sure, I'm really ambitious and I'm driven. I can get a lot done. I am a great manifester. I am a great action taker, but I have to really reel myself in a lot and think about, but what is the exchange of that? What am I paying the price of? Am I paying the price of a connection with a family member or my husband? What would fill my cup more? Am I paying the price for sleep? Am I paying the price for just this feeling of urgency that I need to get it done? Like, is there self-worth issues underneath all of that? What is the fear if I don't get that done? What does that mean? Is there stuff under there that I'm really playing into and plugging all my energy into? Instead, I could just take a step back, take a couple things off my plate, enjoy, breathe, daydream, connect with others. There's so many ways you can choose to spend your energy reserves. Everything you're doing all day long is spending your energy reserves, or it's actually investing in it. Okay. So here's the thing, I cannot tell you what is the right exchange. Nobody can. Nobody else has authority to tell you what the right exchange for you is. Your body might tell you. It might tell you when you get a headache or you start snapping at other people or you have a full blown panic attack. It might tell you that wasn't a good exchange, what you've been doing. So that's again yourself. I want you to stop looking outside for the answers and start tuning inward. And that's what this is all about today. You need to know and be aware of every moment, everything that you're doing, the exchange that you're making. Is it what you want to? And if it is, that's great. Is that the energy you want to give because it feeds back something? And sure, we have obligations. We have things we have to do. That's going to always be there. You do have an energy exchange beneath that obligation. How do you go about that task? What's your perspective on it? That perspective is going to change the energy of doing that task itself. So, again, higher level is the outer world thing that you're doing, engaging in. But beneath the surface is what is going on with your energy. Are you hating life? Are you bitter and resentful? Now your energy is off. You're depleting yourself. You're actually going into a contracted and gripping state. Or can you come at that task, obligation, what have you, with an energy that is going to support you, with a perspective that is going to make you feel more grounded, more open, seeing it from a 30,000 foot view of like, all right, well, it's okay because this is maybe helping this, or if I do this, then this is going to be okay. Or maybe just having gratitude in some way for some piece of that, expanding your energy, investing in your energy. Okay, I feel like I got off on a tangent there. So basically, you need to be aware of the exchange that you're making at all times and what that means to you. Now, this doesn't always mean that it's a bad exchange. And this is where I'm going into you can't have someone else tell you. So, for example, you might have the choice. You need to either stay up late and watch a movie with a family member, a friend, a spouse, or whatnot, or go to bed. Here's an exchange. This is up to you. What makes more sense for you? Maybe staying up and losing that little hour and a half of sleep that you could probably catch up on later is so worth the connection, that time spent with them, that you're just like filling your cup and you're feeling so good. You're nurturing that relationship, and that makes you feel great. You're supporting your wellness. And that sleep, you can get to it later, right? Or maybe you're one of those people that is like, nah, 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 I need my sleep. And if I don't get it, I'm not good to anybody out there. And so then you set that boundary and you go, actually, I think we can schedule in this time for connection, but I'm going to need to go to bed right now. It's just, that's something that you have to determine for you is going to be worth the price that you're going to pay one way or the other. So in everything we do, whether it's connection with other people, that's a big one. Are the people in your life that you're connecting with draining your energy, or are they investing in your energy? And there's a lot of people we have to be around that drain our energy, and we know who they are. And we're like, oh, here they're coming. And they just, ugh, and they feel icky in their presence because I know this is going to be draining my energy. That's where you have to employ your own authority. That's where you have to employ your own energetic boundaries to really stay within your space. And you can change and alter the exchange that you have, that energetic exchange on that lower base level, even when you're up here in real world exchange. So that's something we can dive into deeper. If you want to talk more about that later, please let's ignite the conversation within the group. But my point is being very aware of who you place yourself around, if you can help it. The types of conversations that you are involved in. Are they uplifting? Or are you exchanging your time and your connection to only end up more worried about environmental situation or a political situation, or what's going on with Betty Sue next door? Who really cares? What are you getting wrapped up in? Is it worth your time and effort? Again, I can't tell you that. You have to self-source your insights and your truth. What is worth your exchange? All right. Great quote. If you don't take time for your wellness, you will be forced to take time for your illness. All right. So let's make a commitment to take time for our wellness, because that is so true. If you don't, it's going to show up in many ways. It's going to force you to focus on now your illness. And maybe it's not illness, maybe it's just disrupt in relationships, disrupt at work, which then can disrupt you financially. You're going to end up having to focus on the cleanup than coming in and first and foremost focusing on your energy and making sure that you're not living in a perpetual state of chronic stress, which is all to do with the mind body stress loop. And that's what I love to work on disrupting and moving through. Another crazy thing I'd love to share with you is the American Institute of Stress put out a study, and they found that 77% of people experience stress that affects their physical health, and 73% of people experience stress that affects their mental health. All right, personally, I feel like that number is probably a lot higher because I think everybody is under some environmental stress in some way or somehow. Whoever's living in the areas of the world that are in the 23 to 27% that aren't really like, yeah, it doesn't affect me physically or mentally. I want to go there because it may be people living amongst us who are just so good at this that they're like, yeah, I'm cool. Awesome, A+ job. I'm working on getting there. I'm trying to bring you all with me. But I also have an idea that the 23 to 27% that are not affected physically and mentally by that stress may be in areas that are more secluded. Because let's face it, our environment is like an onslaught of stress. So that's why we have to be so vigilant. I call it like an energy ninja. You're like, whoa, 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 always watching to make sure you are right here with your energy, keeping it inside and being super duper aware of what's happening and how it's affecting you. Are you letting it affect you? How can you not? That is going to bring you into presence. That is going to disrupt the mind body stress loop in a good way. All right. So I want to have a little call to action for you, like I said, and then we're going to do a little guided meditation to really embody that call to action today. And then I'm going to let you go on your merry little way so that you can practice this. All right. Really, really practice. Okay. Call to action. I want you to take inventory today. I want you to be aware at all times of the energy trade that you're making. So there's the top level trade of what you're actually doing, investing in, connecting with, engaging in, the tasks that you're doing. And then there's the underlying energetic exchange that's happening there. What's the cost of that right now? Is it worth it? It might be, but that's up to you. Make sure, if you can, to alter some of those things so that they start to fill your cup, to start to make you feel more energetically enhanced rather than drained, and start to make you be able to relax and not suffer. Okay. We don't want to suffer. All right. So, taking inventory today, always checking in with what you're doing and if the exchange is appropriate for what you truly want. So, I'm going to help you with that by leading you through a little short guided meditation right now to give you that practice and asking yourself that question in the moments. So, all you need to do is get super cozy comfortable. I don't care if you're standing. I don't care if you're walking. Maybe don't close your eyes, but I need you to get centered. The more relaxed you can get, the better. So I'd prefer you not be doing tasks while listening to this, but you do you. But if you can and you're in a place that you can close your eyes, please do so. Otherwise, just take a low gaze or just sort of, if you're in the middle of something, maybe detach your sensory, the vision sensory from what is in your eye line so that you can really sit here and start to slow down your breath. Like, really just focus on allowing the breath to be smoother, to be a little longer, to be a little more full when you inhale, and to fully exhale. And notice if you need to soften your shoulders. Perhaps you need to relax your jaw, all the little muscles around your eyes. Try relaxing all the way down your arms into your hands. And then let's focus on some physical sensation right at the lowest ribs. I just want you to notice the expansion as you breathe in and the contraction as you breathe out. All four sides of the ribs. Just for a few breaths here together. And as you finish with that breath, I want you to bring your awareness up into the heart space and just really nestle into that area. And just listen to these words and notice what comes up for you. What's most important in this moment for my energy is just silently repeat that to yourself and see what comes up. Listen to your response. What's most important in this moment for my energy is. And just take a deep breath in. Let it go. If the eyes were closed, just flutter them open. Allow the lights and the physical surroundings to come into your line of vision. And that's really all you have to do today, all day long. What's most important in this moment for my energy? Just ask yourself that. What am I trading here? Is this to my benefit? Is this what I want? How can I alter this? All right, my friends. I would love to share with you another resource if you haven't already taken advantage of my Yes, This Too resistance releasing audio 15-minute guided immersive meditation. Please take advantage of it. I think there's links all over, but you can just drop a audio in the comments if you want. I'll get that to you. Otherwise, I just want you to go out there. I want you to be aware, take inventory all throughout the day. Join me in my group. Let's do this all together. Let's support each other. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until next time, my friends, see ya.